you for tuning in to this week's segment of Planned Parenthood's podcast, Common Sense, the Case for Comprehensive Sex Education in Illinois. This is our fourth episode in the series that will bring you information and interviews related to the campaign for comprehensive sex education in Illinois. Last week, we introduced what comprehensive sex education entails. This week, we offer scientific and public support for this curriculum. A study by Kirby as part of the national campaign to prevent teen and unplanned pregnancy has shown that comprehensive sex education programs do not hasten or increase sexual behavior, but instead they delay or decrease sexual behaviors and increase condom and contraceptive use. This curriculum will protect our adolescents by reducing the rates of unintended teen pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. Additionally, a study by Santelli and others, published in the American Journal of Public Health, discussed the reduction in the rate of teen pregnancy between 1995 and 2002. This study showed that 14% of this decline was due to teens delaying sex or having sex less often. However, 86% of this decline was due to an increase in the teens' contraceptive use during sex. Scientific studies support the campaign for comprehensive sex education. There is also broad public support for comprehensive sex education. In fact, 85% of Americans support age-appropriate, medically accurate sex education. Various Illinois voters and supporters of comprehensive sex education share their support for the curriculum, what they would like their community's adolescents to learn, and the effect it will have on their community.
I would like for them to definitely know the options as far as contraceptives, like condoms versus birth control, that sort of a thing. I would like them to learn about the different STDs. I would like for them to learn about how often a condom works. And I definitely think that it should be brought up that abstinence is the only way to be completely safe, but at the same time, I think realistically there should be some other options. If it's done well, I think it could have a very positive effect as far as lowering rates of teen STDs or teen pregnancy, which if you look at the rates of teen pregnancies, that often leads to the next generation having an equally young pregnancy. So I think that it could have a positive overall effect.
I do think you should treat kids like they are humans who can make decisions, and that they can make the decision to be abstinent only, and it's the only true 100% no disease, no chance of pregnancy way to go. But on the other hand, if they do have sex, I don't want that to be like, well, everything is out the window, the end, you're over, You want them to know, like, there's ways to protect yourself, and that you should protect yourself, and that as an intelligent adult, you should choose to, if you work out, that helps control your weight. If you take that, it's just like another medicinal prevention, and just taking care of yourself the way you would any other way.
I guess, coming from where I was, my family definitely doesn't talk about it, and so if I hadn't learned everything possible from my sex ed class, I would have just been wandering around, not knowing anything until, I figured it out myself. Honestly, that's one example of one person, but if there's more families like that, and a lot of families aren't comfortable enough to do it because you have to be around those people every day, I would rather it came from the school.
Mary, a nurse and mother of 3, expresses the importance of sex education and the personal impact it's had on her family.
I do think it's a parent's role to really discuss it, but I think schools provide a huge service in that they can handle a delicate situation in a educational, informative manner and not be embarrassed about things, and just put the information out there and make it available to the kids. As always, the more education, the more you can be informed about something, the better it is. I think you can talk about sex education with talking about the actual act of sex, but just the consequences that can come from having sex. So you can be talking about it without being supportive of sex. And I think the schools would be a good place because they would have all the information, where a parent or somebody naive or closed-minded might not have those ideas And again, I think some people think they don't want to talk about sex education because you're promoting sex. Well, really, it's educating about you can get knocked up. You can get diseases. You can get diseases that you will die from. And this is how you can prevent that from happening. And unless you have the education to make an informed decision, you're really not making a decision, because you can't do it unless you have the information to make a decision. As a mother who has a son who had a baby with his girlfriend in high school, I think it would be a huge benefit. Even as an adult, the whole sex can be a hard topic, and the more you can talk and be educated about making, again, informed decisions, it's better. I'm a nurse, and there's stuff I don't know. It's crazy. So the more you can know and protect yourself, the better it is.
Illinois public school teachers also join us to share their support for the inclusion of comprehensive sex education within their curriculum. Chicago teacher Kelsey endorses comprehensive sex education because of the support it provides to her students.
I support comprehensive sex education because it is something a part of every student's life. They need to know about ways to not get pregnant if they are going to have sex. I think comprehensive sex education would be a very positive thing in the community I'm teaching in right now, because I don't think that the students have the support they need from home or at the school. So if they were able to have that support, I think it would help them make the right decisions for them in their lives.
Caitlin, a Naperville teacher, supports comprehensive sex education because of her own lack of sexual health knowledge as a teenager, and in order to help her students understand the potential consequences of sexual activity.
I support sex education. I think because I went to a private school, a Catholic school, we didn't talk about STDs. I didn't know what an STD was. I wish that I would have known a lot of things in high school that I know now. So that's a big reason why I support it. Also, I think kids just need to know the facts, the long-term effects, the short-term effects, what sex can do to you physically and mentally. I think it's just important that the kids know that it's not something that has to be like hush-hush and scared to ask questions about. Maybe there would be less teen pregnancies. I have a student right now that flat out told me that she wants to get pregnant because she wants to be on Teen Mom on MTV. So maybe for kids like that think it's glamorous, maybe to show them you could get this STD, you could have to care for a baby even after that TV show is shot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So just kind of like a reality check.
Additionally, many state organizations support the campaign for comprehensive sex education, including, but not limited to, the Chicago Foundation for Women, the Illinois chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics, and the Illinois Public Health Association. National organizations such as the American Public Health Association and the Office of the Surgeon General also call for the inclusion of school-based comprehensive sex education curricula. Scientific evidence, as well as popular support, argue for the inclusion of comprehensive sex education in the required public school curriculum. The evidence shows that comprehensive sex education gives our adolescents the best opportunity to learn how to protect their sexual health, and is in line with the demands from the teachers, parents, students, and public health organizations of Illinois. To support the campaign for comprehensive sex education, sign up to volunteer at Planned Parenthood of Illinois. For additional information, please visit Planned Parenthood of Illinois' website at ppiaction.org. To share your own story, send your name, phone number, email address, and story to mystory@ppil.org. Thank you for joining us. Tune in to next week's podcast as we discuss the legislation that is currently being considered by the Illinois General Assembly to create standards for public schools that offer sexual health education.